Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm sorry for starting a little bit late, but here we are. So let's continue with the last lesson. So let's start with number 14. Polynomials. So given that h and x equal -3 plus 2.2x to the 5 minus x to the 4 and p and x equals 7x to the 4 minus 3.8x to the 5, what is the value of Lx if px minus lx equal hx? Okay, first of all, they say what is the value of lx. So look at what I'm gonna do. Wait, more or less. Okay, so I have p and x. Oh, I need it smaller. Sorry. So I have p and x minus l and x equal h and x, and I'm trying to solve for lx. They are asking for lx. So what happens if I add? Let me do it in another color. So I add lx to both sides and I subtract hx. So this here will cancel out, and this here will also cancel out because negative lx plus lx is just 0, and then hx, oh I forgot this, hx minus hx is just 0. So I'm left with px minus hx equal lx. And this is what we're trying to solve. So we are fine. Now, based on this, we can say that lx equal px minus hx, but we do have those values. So px is all this. So I'm going to substitute it. So I have equal parentheses 7x to the 4 minus 3.8x to the 5. So 7x to the 4 minus 3.8 x to the 5. So this is px, and now I'm gonna do hx. And hx is -3 plus 2.2 to the 5 minus x4. So -3 plus 2.2 to the 5 to x to the 5 minus x to the 4. So this is supposed to go in the top, the x to the 4, but didn't have a space. Let me check. Yep. Now, remember what I said in the last class, in the last week? So when every time we have two parentheses, we keep the first one. We always keep this first one like it is. So it will be 7x to the 4 minus 3.8 x to the 5. Now we change, like, this is a negative sign right here. We calculated, we got a negative sign here. So we need to change the sign of all the other numbers in the other parentheses. So -3 will be +3. Plus 2.2 x to the 5 will be minus 2.2 x to the 5. Then minus x to the 4 will be plus x to the 4. Because we have a negative sign here. If the sign was positive, we will keep the signs of the other half as well. But, okay, we have this. Now let's look for equal terms. This is x to the 4. I see an x to the 4 here. I see an x to the 4 here. I see an x to the 5 here. X to the 5. And then this is a long number. So let's see. We have Lx equal now minus the 3.8x to the 5 minus 2.2x to the 5. I can see they both have the same symbol. So I'm gonna keep it. So my answer is gonna be negative. Now I'm just gonna add them because they have the same symbol. So 3.8 plus 2.2, that's going to be 6.0, or just 6x to the 5 because we give the x. Now I have 7x to the 4 plus 1x to the 4. They are both positive, so answer is positive, and I add them. 7 plus 1 is 8, so plus 8 x to the 4. And now the plus 3 is alone, so we'll leave the plus 3. Let me check the answer. Negative 6. Negative 6, and this is the answer. Negative 6x to the 5 plus 8 to the 4 plus 3. And as you can see, that's the correct one. Now let's see 15. Now, they say that Q, okay, first they're even giving us P and R. And it says that find Q. Now, Q, label be Q next, and just gonna say Q for simplicity, is going to be equal P plus R, as it says here. So equal P plus R. Now, therefore Q is going to be equal, P is negative 1.8 x to 6, negative 1.8 to 6 plus 3 is 7.3. Now R, so plus R is going to be equal negative 6.5 x to the 3, oops, minus 2.7 x to the 6. And this is what we have. Let me write this better. Okay. Now, as I said before, here we have a positive sign. Positive sign means we don't need to change anything. We just give it the sign and take out the parentheses. So this is going to be Q next, or Q is equal negative 1.8 x to 6 plus 7.3 minus, because this is negative, so minus 6.5 x to 3 minus 2.7 x to 6. We skip the sign. Now let's see for like numbers. So this is an x to 6. I see an x to 6 here. Come here. This is a long number, and I don't see any other. This is an x to 3, and I don't see any other either. So let's see. The likely ones are 1.8 x to 6 and 2.7 x to 6. As you can see, they are both negative, so we keep the negative sign and we add them together. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be 4.5. We can check in the calculator to make sure. Yep, 4.5 and x to 6. We keep the x, and then the other ones doesn't have a pair, so minus 6.5 x to 3 minus plus 7.3. And that right there is my answer, and that's the answer you can see here. Let me write it here. 4.5 x to 6 minus 6.5 x to 3. That's 7.3. That's our answer. Now let's see this one. Which expression represents the perimeter of the following figure? Select all that apply. Okay. So let's see this. First, the perimeter is just addition all the sides. So it will be 2x plus 3. I'm going to start like this. So plus another 2x plus 3 plus 5x minus 1 plus x minus 7 plus 5x minus 1. So I think this is exact same as this one. So we're gonna mark this. See? Now let's take a look at the others one by one. Here I see 2 in the front, and why that? As you can see here, we have 1 and 2, and here we have 1, 2. Here we have only 1. So we can rewrite that, like you see the parenthesis 2x plus 3, and this is also 2x plus 3. So since we have 2, we can say 2 times 2x plus 3 plus, we have also 2, 5x minus 1, so 2 times 5x minus 1, and then we can say 1 times x minus 7. Now the 1 doesn't, like 1 times x keep being x, so we can just take it away and leave x minus 7, because it's only 1. And that's the same as A. Now B doesn't make any sense because it's only adding 3 sides, like this one, this one, this one. Let's see, like here, you see this like an answer. So let's calculate what is the answer. Now I'm gonna use this one, so 2 times 2x is, I'm gonna do it in another color. Okay, 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 6, plus 2 times 5x, wait, 2 times 5x is positive 10x, then 2 times negative 1 is going to be negative 2, and then we just keep this as it is a positive sign. We just keep the sign of the values. So x is positive and 7 is negative. And now let me make this brighter. Perfect. I see this has an x, it also has an x, this has an x, this is a number, this is a number, and this is a number. So let's solve for it. 4x plus 10x is going to be 14x. 14 plus 1 is 15x. Now 7 is, wait. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 7 is going to be negative 3. Why? Because, we have 4 minus 7. 7 has is a greater one and has a negative sign, so our answer is going to be negative. We subtract both, and 7 minus 4 is going to be 3. So 15x minus 3, which is equal this. And let's see which are the answers. So you can see we got that one right. We got this one right. And we got this one right. Now let's keep going. Which of the following is equivalent to this expression? Okay, so what we need to do is just solve for the expression. Equivalent just means equal with, but written in another way. So if we solve for this, we have 7 minus, now, 7. Now, negative 2 times 4 is x, is going to be negative 8x. Now, negative 2 times negative 3y, negative times negative is positive, and 2 times 3 is 6, so 6y. So this is our answer, which is 8. Now let's see, multiply. Okay, let's look at this. We have 7p times 7p to the 3 plus 15p. Now, first I'm going to go number times number. So 7 times 7 is going to be 49. And now p times p to the 3 is going to be p to the 4. Why? Because this is p to the 1. And when we are multiplying two variables, we are just additionating their exponents. So this will be p to the 1 times p to the 3 is going to be equal p to the 1 plus 3, which is going to be equal p to the 4. Now, 7 times 15. Let's go to our calculator. It's 105. So 105. And then p times p is going to be p to the 1 plus 1, which is the same as 2. So this is our answer, which is D. Now let's see in this case. It's the same, so 3x to 2 times x minus 5. So 3 times 1, if we don't have a number in front of the variable, it's just a 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. Now x to 2 times x to the 4 is equal to x to the 6. Why? Because 2 plus 4 equals 6. Now 3 times negative 5, positive and negative is negative, so 3 times 5 15, so negative 15. And now x to 2 times 1, our variable here does not exist, it's just 1. And 1 times x to 2 is x to 2, which is C. Now here, let's look at this one. For y times y squared plus y plus 1. So this is going to be equal 4 times 1, we don't have a number, so it's 4. And y times y to 2 equals y to 3, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Now 4 times 1 again is 4. Then y times y is y to 2. And then 4 times 1, 4. And y times 1, because we don't have a variable, we just keep the y. So that's our answer, which is D. Oops. Okay. Now let's say 21st to 21. So the product of these two. When we're talking about the product, we're talking about multiplication. So let's look at that. So it will be 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 3. Now remember the one we did before, so it will be 2x times 3x, so 2 times 2 times 3 is going to be 6. X times x squared. Now 2x times 3, 2 times 3 is going to be 6. X times 1 is just x, so we just skip the x. Now let's look at this one. So we negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, and then 1 times x just is just x, and then negative 1 times 3 going to be negative 3, and we don't have variables there. Now as you can see here, we have x squared over here. We cannot do anything with that. We have x, and here we have a long number. So the only we keep the x squared, so 6x squared. Let's stay like that. And then we have 6x minus 3x. So it will be 6 minus 3 is just 3. And then we keep the x minus 3. So it is 6x squared plus 3 minus 3, which is choice C. Now let's keep going. So, okay. Where is the product of these two variables? Now, this is when the things start to get a little bit more complicated. So let's go step by step. Okay, let me make this. Okay, it's brighter now. So 2x squared minus 3xy plus y squared. All these times 2x minus 4y. So I'm gonna go step by step. So I'm gonna go with the 2. So 2x squared times 2. And that's going to be 2 times 2, 4. X squared times x. We're multiplying, so we are additioning 1 to the exponent. So x to the 3. Now 2x squared minus 4y times negative 4y. So 2 times negative 4 is negative because different signs. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now, you see that this is a y and this is an x. In this case, the exponent doesn't change, so we keep. They are different variables. So we keep the x squared and then we add the y. Because they are not the same variable, we cannot just say x to the 3, for example, y to the 3. We cannot do that because they are different variables. So this is just x squared y. Now let's see this one. So this is going to be negative 3xy. So negative 3 times 2. Answer negative because it's the sign. So it will be negative 6. Then we have an x and we have an x. So x times x is x squared. And we do not have a y, so we keep the y. Now let's see here. So negative 3 times negative 4. We negative times negative is positive. Now x times there is no x, so wait. 3 times 4 is 12. And then I see x, there is no x, so we keep the x, and then y times y is y squared. Now let's see the last one. So y squared times 2, which it will be 1 times 2, which is 2. Then we do not have an x, so we keep the x here, and then y squared because we do not have a y on the other side. And now y squared times negative 4y. 1 times negative 4 is just negative 4. And then y squared times y is just y to the 3. And these are our values. Now let's see. So here I have an x to the 3. We do not have an x to the 3 elsewhere. Here is x squared y, x squared y. Now let's see here. This is an xy squared, xy squared. These two are not the same because here the y is squared, here the x squared. So they are not the same. And then in the end, we have an only y cube. Now, then we do not have another x cube, so it will be a4x cubed. These two are the same, so minus and minus, we keep the sign and add them together. A plus 6 is 14, so 14x squared y. And then here, positive and positive, so we keep the sign, add them together. 12 plus 2 is 14, so 14x y squared. And here at the end, we don't have another y cube, so minus 4y cubed. This right here is our answer. And is D. Now let's see. Okay, we have 3x minus 2 cube. Let me use another color to identify. 3x minus 2 cube. So there are a lot of ways to do this, but I would recommend just learning the formula. The formula is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it here at the end of everything here. So it is a plus b squared equal a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And then the a minus b squared is almost the same, so a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Now I just mean, for example, if I have 3x plus 5 square, I'm just making it up, then a square, a will be 3x, so it will be 3x square minus 2 times 3x plus 5 times 5 minus 5, which is b squared. So 3x squared, 3 times 3, 9, x times x squared, minus 2 times 3 is 6. Oh, wait, okay. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30, so 30x, we keep the x, plus 5 squared is 25. And that will be the answer. So in this case, okay, we will say 3x squared. Oh, this is a minus, so we're gonna use minus. Oh, wait, here I did it as a minus. Yeah, here I did it as this was a minus because of that. Either way, so 3 squared minus 2 times 3x times 2, 3x times 2, because this is a and this is b, plus 2 squared. So 3 times 3, 9, x times x is x squared. Then minus 2 times 3, 6 times 2, 12, so 12x plus 2 squared is 4. Now the other way to do it is the one that we have been doing normally. I'm gonna use purple for this. So 3x minus 2 squared is the same as, I'm gonna do it really small here. 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2. So 3x times 3x, so 3 times 3, 9. X times x squared. And then 3x minus 2, 3 times minus 2, minus 6. And we keep the x. Now, going to say 2 times 3, negative 2 times 3, minus 6. And we keep the x. And then negative 2 times negative 2, they are both negative, so our answer is positive, and then 2 times 2 is 4. And if we only have one x squared, so we keep the 9x squared. Now we have a negative 6x minus negative 6x, so we keep the sign, add them together, and negative 12x, and then we keep the 4. And you see we got the same answer, which is D. Now let's multiply this one. So it will be 3x, okay, 3x plus 4 times 2x minus 4. And let's see. So 3x times 2x, so 3 times 2 is 6, x times x squared, then 3x minus negative 4, oh, 3x times negative 4, positive times negative, negative, 3 times 4, 12, x, and we keep the x, and then we say 4 times 2, 8, and we keep the x, and then 4 times negative 4, and positive and negative, negative, and 4 times 4, 16. Now, as you can see here, we only have this x squared, so we keep it. This is x and this is also x. We have a negative and a positive. We have negative 12 plus 8. We keep the sign of the greater one. The greater one is 12 and it's negative, so our answer is going to be negative. And then 12 minus 8 is 4, so negative 4x. And we keep the 16. That's our answer, which is only A. And you can see it. Now this is going to be the last one for today. I'm going to continue next week. We do not have a lot. Yeah, you still have a lot to do, but we get to it. Let's do this. Is going to be the last one. So multiply. Wait, let me check something. Okay, no, I'm going to do all these three because next we have division, so I'm gonna start division next week. Oops. Well, you guys saw it, but let me still cover it. Sorry about that. So let's multiply this. They're asking to multiply it, so 2x minus 3 times x plus 4. So 2x times x is just 2x squared. 2x times 4, 8x. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times 4, negative 12. We give that to x squared. Now, 8x minus 3x is just 8 minus 3, which is 5. So 5x minus 12. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 12, which is B. Great. B. Now let's see the product of x squared. When we are multiplying, it doesn't matter if I multiply this one times this one or, if I flip the value. So I'm going to say x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 9. So x times x squared is just x cubed, which is x to 3. Now, x times 3x is 3x squared. X times 9 is 9x. Now, negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 3x is negative 9x. Negative 3 times 9, negative 27. Now, the x squared, we just keep it because it's the only one. Then we have the x cubed, I mean. Now, 3x squared minus 3x squared is just 0. So this just cancel out. And then 9x squared minus 9x squared is just 0. So it's to cancel out. And we have x cubed minus 27. And this is our answer right here. Now let's see this last one. So the product of 2x minus 15 times 2x plus 15. So 2x times 2x is equal 4x squared. 2x times 15 plus 3x. Now negative 15 times 2x is negative 3x. And then negative 15 times 15 is negative 225. We can use our calculator. So 15 negative 225. Now 3x minus 3x is cancelled out, is 0, and we get 4x squared minus 225, which is B. And yep, that's all for today. And next week we'll start on division. And I hope you guys understood. Don't forget to go on Discord and ask me if you have any doubt.